Hey beautiful soul, do you ever feel like you are just so stuck? Like no matter what you do, you just cannot seem to get ahead, like the world or the universe is working against you instead of for you. Today, I'd love to give you a short, but what I hope will be a really powerful talk about how to go from being stuck to being in synchronicity. Because this is a really key step that I teach a lot about through my courses, through my coaching, through my group programs. It's this idea of how do we get from where we are now, whatever place of discomfort you're in, to where we want to be, which I like to call synchronicity. You might call it any other name. You might call it success or whatever, but where you want to go. The reason why I call it synchronicity is because there's a real different feeling between when you feel stuck. It's that feeling of blocked energy, like things just aren't in flow. They're just not moving. They're so bogged down and heavy. Whereas when you're in that optimal state of happiness and success and abundance, it's very much a flow state. There's real momentum there. It's synchronistic. Opportunities come. Just when you say something, the opportunity presents itself. So there's a real link between synchronicity and abundance and manifestation. And it's that whole idea of being able to become the magician. It's being able to work with energy in a way that you can make it work for you instead of against you. So what led me to doing this talk today is that, and I have given this talk before when other situations have presented themselves, but this talk becomes present time and time again for me because I keep getting met with the same victim mindsets by people in our community. And I am not excluded from this because I have had my fair share of victim moments and I continue to be a victim sometimes, and I have to remind myself to step out of that mentality. And this model is a really great framework for helping me to do that. So this is no judgment. This is just simply sharing an experience that may help others to move forward. So it started with an amazing offering that I was putting out there that lots of people were signing up for. And there was one person who made it clear that the amount being asked for the offering was beyond their means. The amount being asked for the offering was $47. And this person, without being asked for details or information, put it out there that using the language, I can't afford it, I'm on benefits, I've just been scammed of money, and no one asked for that information. And that just by the very words that were being used, I could tell that this beautiful soul was so stuck in a certain mindset, so stuck in a victim scarcity mindset. And I've been there, guys. In 2013, I was living in a tent. Trust me, I know what it's like to live in scarcity. But I also know what it takes to get out of scarcity, and we're often our own worst enemies. Or maybe I should say we are always our own worst enemies, because we can only ever change ourselves. And so $47 to me is really not much at all. I do appreciate for other people, $47 is a significant amount of money. Perhaps if you're on a fixed income or a single parent, I really understand that, because there's been times when in my life when $47 would have been a significant amount of money. Even still, we're talking about $47. We're not talking about $4,700 or $47,000. $47. This person was letting $47 stand between where she was, this place of stuckness, and where she wanted to be. And what she was being offered for $47 would have completely turned her mindset around. The level of support, information, coaching that she would have received for that $47 would have totally changed her life. But she was letting it stand between where she was and where she wanted to be. And this is it, guys. We can all find excuses, especially for money. We all focus on the cost instead of the investment. We all feel a loss, like what am I going to lose instead of focusing on what am I actually gaining for this investment. But this is it. If you don't change, nothing changes. If you want to attract more abundance, you have to be willing to invest money. If you want to attract more love and friendship, you have to be willing to invest more love and friendship and invest more in your relationships. If you want to experience less body pain and more health, you have to be willing to invest in your health. If you have unserving habits and eat a lot of junk food or smoke and you're expecting to feel great, that is an unreasonable expectation because you're not investing in your health. So coming back to this beautiful lady and this $47, and my thought process was, you know, this is $47, this isn't $47,000. $47, we could all come up with $47 like that. $47 is selling the old piece of furniture that's been sitting in your garage for 12 months. $47 means doing an hour and a half of overtime at work. $47 could be mowing your next door neighbor's front yard. $47 is easy to get your hands on if you really want to. If you really want to. But instead, so often we keep ourselves stuck. We are the ones keeping ourselves stuck. And I'm going to take this even one step further by sharing another story of somebody in my community who told me that $7 a month was too high of an investment for her at that time. $7 a month. Now, this is absolutely no judgment because I know that everybody's financial situation is unique and that there are people out there, and you may be one of them, who is so genuinely struggling financially. I really, really appreciate that and feel that because, like I said, I have been there. I have been there. I grew up in poverty. I spent time living in a tent for 2 months with 2 young children. I know what that is like. So I'm not saying this from a place of not knowing. I know. I'm saying this from a place of I've been there and now I'm here and I never want to be there again. And this is how I got from there, which was stuck, to here, which is synchronicity. $7 a month, guys. Now, I think it might be fair to say that just about all of us could come up with $7 a month if we had to or wanted to. If we really wanted to, we could come up with $7 a month. So what stories are you telling yourself around abundance and money and what you can and can't afford? What stories are you telling yourself that could possibly be keeping you stuck where you are in life? What stories are you telling yourself that are perhaps keeping you stuck in a living situation that you don't want, or a relationship that isn't serving you, or a lifestyle habit that isn't serving your higher path of growth or your higher path of health? What stories are you telling yourself that are keeping you stuck? And this is what I see time and time again working with thousands of people every year, especially in the healing industry, because here's the thing about the healing industry. Most people are attracted to the healing industry because they really want to help others to heal. But the truth is, subconsciously, they really want to heal themselves, myself included. I can look back on retrospect after being in this industry for 15 years, and I wanted deeply and desperately to help people. But really what I found along the way was my own healing. And that was my subconscious seeking a way to create that reality for myself, that scenario in which I could heal, and that was through helping others to heal. And so we see this a lot in the healing industry, that there is a lot of victim mindset. There is a lot of being stuck. People don't come to healing practitioners because they feel like everything is working beautifully in their lives. They come because they feel sick, or they've got anxiety, or they've got body pain, or they have depression, or there's been a trauma in their life that they can't overcome. People come to the healing industry because they're stuck, because they're reaching out for help, because they, for whatever reason, don't want to stay in the state that they're in now. And so I ask you now just to take a minute to reflect on, where are you feeling stuck in life? Where are you stuck? What's just not working for you? And you just feel that no matter what you do, you can't seem to push through. Perhaps it is financial. Perhaps you'd love to do one of my courses and you can't afford it. Or that's the story that you're telling yourself. Perhaps you'd really love to find a life partner, but they're nowhere to be seen, or everybody has bad intentions, or that's what you're telling yourself. There is a point that comes, a very important point, a step that must be taken before you can get from being stuck to being in synchronicity. And I know this because I've learnt it, because I've done it. And I've done it time and time again. And this key step is called opportunity. It's very, very rare that the perfect thing at the perfect time, at the perfect price, with the perfect whatever, is just going to fall out of the sky in your lap. And when we say things to ourselves like, oh, it's just not meant to be, the stars just weren't in alignment, it's not for me, that's another story. That's another story. Because synchronicity requires you to meet opportunity halfway. How long are you going to sit and wait until the stars align? 2 years? 5 years? 20 years? How long are you going to wait for that? How long are you going to wait until every single element about what you want is so perfect that you can tick every single box and say it was meant to be? There's no guarantees that will ever happen. Opportunity is something you need to meet halfway. And the thing is often opportunity is masked as challenge or discomfort. It's a test. We are constantly being tested. We are constantly being asked to step up, to level up, to get uncomfortable, explore new ways, try new things, put ourselves out there, because that's how we grow. That's how we level up. Nobody levels up and does better, achieves more, earns more, gets more, feels more fulfilled without effort, without the expending energy, because energy is a give and take flow. If you are sitting around expecting for everything to magically fall into place, that goes against the natural laws of energy. Energy is a reciprocal flow. If you want to get from where you are now, being stuck, into synchronicity, into flow, abundance, growth, joy, purpose, you have to take action. And that often means getting uncomfortable. It often means doing things like putting yourself out there. It might mean, if you are a shy person, it might mean you need to put yourself in a public space and start speaking up. It might mean you have to take calculated risks that might be scary. It might mean that you have to invest financially, even if that's uncomfortable, and you have to find a way to make it happen. It might mean that you have to change your lifestyle, which is uncomfortable too. If you want to get healthy or lose weight or get fit, it's uncomfortable going to the gym every morning at 7 a.m. If you're not used to it, that is uncomfortable. It requires effort. But trust me on this. If you apply yourself, if you're willing to set up, if you really want it, if this lady really wanted this program, nothing can stand between you and where you want to be. The only thing that can ever stand between you and where you are now and being stuck and your place of synchronicity and success is you. That is the only obstacle, permanent obstacle, that can ever permanently block your path. Nothing else can. You may find that for a short amount of time, you may find that something out of your control blocks your path or poses a hurdle or a challenge. But then the ball's in your court. What are you going to do with that opportunity, with that challenge? How are you going to make it work for you instead of working against you? How are you going to level up and be proactive instead of reactive and let it dictate what you do? That's up to you. And so I'll leave you with this beautiful soul. If it helps, you may like to even draw this out on a piece of paper. Stuck, opportunity, so stuck, opportunity, synchronicity. And you may even like to make a list of where you feel stuck in your life. What opportunities might you not be seeing right now? And what does synchronicity look like for you? What does it feel like? What's the experience that you're craving in your synchronicity and success? And what are you willing to do to make it happen? Are you going to stay stuck in the victim stories and let something like $7 or $47 or something not going your way or an unexpected obstacle on the road stop you from going to where you want to go? Or are you going to find a way around the obstacle, under the obstacle, over the obstacle, through the obstacle? There's always a way. But you have to be willing to meet opportunity. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that this has helped you somewhat on your path from stuck to synchronicity.